Robot Wars. Right?
That's what you told me.
Am I right?
That's what you said.
That's what we're here for, right?
That's what the internet's
That's
all right.
what I've been told.
This is what I like to call some scintillating first round action. We've got T defending the Terminator. We've got Cruz, the Sentinels from X-Men, and let's go to town.
Did you say scintillating? Like
Scintillating.
I thought it was like scintillating, like a play on words.
No, I suppose I could have.
Scintillating cinema.
Missed
I
opportunity.
suppose that's a missed opportunity on me. That one's on me. Any thoughts before we get going?
I think I'm
You're just ready to go.
I'm weirdly nervous.
Weirdly nervous.
Weirdly
Well, I'm
nervous.
sweating profusely, so I feel fine,
Wait, are
but
we
my
starting-
body disagrees.
Are we starting to compete now on who's more nervous?
Who's more nervous? That is not a category in this tournament. So I flipped a coin before anybody showed up today, and you can't prove that I didn't. So Cruz, you're going
I go
first.
first. Okay.
You have 2 minutes.
Okay.
Starting now.
Okay, so first of all, the Sentinels were created by the Trask, by Trask and like his Trask company, and so they were created by humans on purpose, right? Whereas the Terminator, the T Terminator lines were all created by a program called Skynet to destroy humanity, not by humans on purpose. So they're already like got a huge negative point against them, in my opinion. Additionally, the Sentinels use. I'm just going to go for an all-out fight here because Sentinels and Terminators are all about creating an army. And so, who's going to win in a hardcore battle seems to be the right way to go. So Sentinels can adapt to pretty much any situation. They're 3 times the size of a normal human, whereas a Terminator is just human-sized. They have Gatling guns, even the least... advanced version of them have Gatling guns that can fire 3,000 rounds a minute, and they can fly using the vents on their chest, so you just hover above Terminators and just shoot the out of them. They alter their bodies to fit a purpose, so they're much closer to the T-1000 than the T-800. Now you can say that the T-800 or the T-850 beat the T-1000, but they both got melted by lava. And the Sentinels in Days of Future Past can basically shoot lava out of their faces, so they can melt as many T-800s as they need to melt, right? They can turn their arms into spears and claws to like skewer and slice. In Days of Future Past, they were able to kill Colossus, which is made out of organic steel and is 6'7" tall, 6 feet 7 inches tall. They were able to kill Sunspot, who can shoot fire, Iceman, Warpath, who has super strength and super
15
senses,
seconds.
Blink, Storm, and Bishop, who's basically a weird up version of John Connor anyway. So if they can kill all of those superhuman meta-humans, they can kill a bunch of T-800s. I mean, come on.
Time. I tell you what, you get bonus points for being almost perfectly timed with your 2 minutes. That was pretty good. T, your opening salvo. You have 2 minutes, starting right now.
All right, I've been practicing my politician point for this. All right.
Can I get you a pencil to put in there?
I'll hold my straw.
Okay.
What are they? Sentinels? All right, yeah, so Sentinels, I gotta admit, wasn't familiar, had not seen Days of Future Past, did my research, not threatened anymore. And I'll tell you what, the Terminators, despite being self-created essentially by Skynet, a machine did create them, they can be on our side, man. Have we not learned this from Terminator 2 and the other ones that came later? There are good Terminators out there if you program them. Therefore, I think that they're more valuable because the argument here isn't who can kill more of the other. We're arguing for most valuable robot. And I would rather have a beer with a Terminator, even though that would probably f*** it up. As well, they have the facility of time travel because they're from the future, as we know, which means they have unlimited do-overs. So even after they, get, melted by the Sentinels? The Sentinels,
yes.
over and over, they'll figure some shit out and just send some new ones back that'll be better and be able to f*** with the Sentinels. So who cares? As well, Terminators are like crackheads. So you refer to just like shooting them, but like you can't shoot a Terminator. You'll just keep on going, baby. Just shooting, the Sentinels just shooting Terminators. I mean, that doesn't even matter. You can't shoot a Terminator. I mean, he just keeps going. As well, the Terminators are able to assimilate into society, which I think is useful. Sentinels, they're huge. You're not blending in. That's not very helpful. I mean, unless you're gonna just like bust in like, hey man, robots are here and we're doing this now fine. But sometimes you might want a stealth mission, in which case a Terminator,
10 seconds.
way more valuable. I rest my case.
Oh, it doesn't even need the last 10 seconds. All right. Cruz,
Okay.
you got a minute to rebut.
A minute to rebuttal.
You ready?
Yeah. As ready
Go.
as I'm gonna be. Okay, so in terms of time travel, Sentinels can, because they have Mystique's DNA later on in the future, they can like absorb the powers of other mutants and then use their abilities. So if they got a hold of Kitty Pryde, who's the one that like starts sending people back in time, or lo and behold, if they get anywhere close to the Phoenix, right, them mother can time travel if they need to. Just because they got defeated in Days of Future Past doesn't mean that they're gone for good. Because they're not gone for good. Because just like in Terminator 1, where you think that that Skynet got defeated and the Terminators aren't going to get created, but then they do get created. Sentinels, you think, Trask got shut down, but they're coming back. In terms of them being friendly, in a world of Terminators where there's no mutants, the only reason they turned against the humans was because humans can create mutants, but if there's no mutants, they'll be your friends forever.
Time.
All right.
T, you got a minute to rebut. Ready?
All right.
Go.
I've got my rebuttal right here. You say that the Sentinels are shapeshifters and that makes them more deadly. Terminator already deleted. Well, yes, in a sense. He deleted and defeated a shapeshifter. In Terminator 2, we saw it happen because, what's his nuts? The T-1000, he touches some and then he can turn into that shit. That's crazy. And he still beat his ass. Godzilla.
All right, we'll throw an annotation up to Cruz's wonderful defense of Godzilla from last year so that you all understand that.
Look, we've all made mistakes.
You got some time left. Anything else?
Yes. So all in all, I would say just in terms of having both a good side and a bad side, the Terminators are the way to go. It's just all day, no flex zone, man.
Now we're moving on to the final thoughts. Cruz, what do you got?
Okay.
Straight to the folks
Straight
at home,
to the folks
please.
at home.
Take your glasses off, rub your eyes, act all serious.
Okay.
Thank you.
Please don't hold my past against me if you do click through to Godzilla. We've all made mistakes, and I think that being able to redeem ourselves from those mistakes is human, unlike robots. And in this particular situation, I think what makes the most valuable robot between a Sentinel and a Terminator, I would still argue, is who would make the best army. Because you're mass producing them to conquer large amounts of shit. Right? The Terminators conquer you, the Sentinels conquer for you.
All right. T?
All right, while it is arguable that both the Terminators and the Sentinels are created for armies and for battle, I think that ultimately we have learned that the Terminators can be used for good if we decide to program them to do so in the future. The Sentinels, on the other hand, they just seem like a bunch of jerks. And also, they're only focused on killing mutants, which aren't even real.
Correct. Guys, down in the comments below, there's a comment that is, if you think T1, thumbs up here. There's another comment that says if you think Cruz won, thumbs up there. We got Terminators, we got Sentinels. Let us know who won, and make sure to come back next time for more Robot Wars. In the meantime, I wouldn't have to argue. It was time travel. It was specifically time travel that beat the Sentinels.
They beat it once, but
is how I
no.
wish
But
I watched the movie.
time travel beat the Terminators too, right? They shot themselves in the foot by
It beat the Terminators also, or it beat the film Terminator 2?
They beat both of them.
Okay.